Welcome to a journey into the bizarre world of radioactivity, where the unexpected is the norm. This invisible force that has both powered our homes and caused unimaginable destruction is far more entwined in our daily lives than you might think. It has been studied, feared, and even exploited, leading to some of the most peculiar stories you'll ever hear. From Madame Curie's deadly belongings to a Connecticut firefighter who became a mobile Geiger counter, the tales we're about to share span the globe and even the boundaries of belief. We'll also delve into the disturbing history of harmful radiation experiments on unsuspecting children and the tragic tale of Eben Byers, who suffered severe health effects from consuming radioactive water. So, are you ready for a journey like no other? Buckle up as we begin our countdown with the 10th bizarre radioactive story. At number 10, we have the case of a Connecticut firefighter. This is not your ordinary tale of bravery and heroism. Instead, it's a peculiar story about how a routine medical procedure turned into an unexpected traffic stop. Our firefighter had just undergone a medical test using a radioactive isotope, a common practice in many diagnostic procedures. But here's the twist. The radioactivity from the test didn't just vanish. It lingered, invisible yet detectable. As he was driving home, his vehicle was picked up by radiation detectors installed in police cars, designed to alert for potential nuclear threats. Imagine the surprise on both sides when they realized the source was not a threat, but a firefighter post-medical procedure. This story serves as a fascinating reminder of how radioactivity, often associated with danger and destruction, is also a part of our everyday lives, even in ways we might not expect. Who would have thought a medical test could lead to a traffic stop? Our 9th story takes us to the possessions of Madame Curie. You might know her as the Nobel laureate who discovered radium and polonium, two highly radioactive elements. But did you know that her personal belongings, even after more than a century, are still dangerously radioactive? Her lab notebooks, furniture, even her cookbooks, all are steeped in radiation. The long-lasting effects of radioactivity are a testament to its potency. It's a silent, invisible force that doesn't dissipate easily. In fact, it can linger on objects for thousands of years, posing a potential threat to anyone who comes into contact with it. This is the paradox of Madame Curie's legacy. On one hand, her pioneering work has paved the way for modern nuclear medicine and cancer treatments. On the other hand, the very tools she used, the objects she touched daily, are a stark reminder of the dangerous side of radioactivity. Her contributions to science are undeniable, but so is the radioactive legacy she left behind. Our 8th story exposes a dark chapter in Baltimore's history. Now imagine this, it's the mid-20th century, and in the heart of Baltimore, a series of shocking experiments are underway. Innocent children are being subjected to harmful radiation experiments. The purpose? To study the effects of radiation, an ethically questionable endeavor that stirs controversy even today. These children, unknowing and trusting, were exposed to radiation levels that we now know can cause severe health issues, even decades later. The scientists involved, driven by curiosity and the pursuit of knowledge, seemingly overlooked the potential long-term harm their experiments could cause. This lapse in ethical judgment serves as a stark reminder of the importance of maintaining a balance between scientific advancement and ethical responsibility. As we delve deeper into this tale, we're confronted with questions about the boundaries of scientific exploration and the value of human life. This story is a chilling reminder of the misuse of science. Moving on to number 7, we delve into the mystery of a Tunisian lake. Imagine the scene. One day you're walking through the desert, the next, a lake has appeared out of nowhere. This isn't a mirage but a true geological phenomenon. This lake came into existence in the arid wilderness of Tunisia seemingly overnight. But the story doesn't end with its mysterious birth. This body of water could harbor a potentially dangerous secret. It's speculated that the lake may be contaminated, tainted with radioactivity. Where might this radioactivity have come from? Could it be naturally occurring or a result of human activity? The answers remain elusive, shrouded in layers of speculation and scientific analysis. As we continue to explore this strange world of radioactivity, we're reminded that not all that glitters is gold. Sometimes it might just be radioactive, a beautiful mystery with a potentially dangerous secret. At number 6, we have a cautionary tale from the early 20th century. An unsuspecting victim of his era, meet Eben Byers, a wealthy American socialite, whose life took a tragic turn due to his consumption of radioactive water. Byers was sold on the idea that Radiotherapy, a popular patent medicine at the time, was a cure-all tonic. Little did he know Radithor was nothing more than distilled water laced with radium, a highly radioactive element. Byers consumed copious amounts of this so-called miracle cure, leading to a slow and painful demise. His jaw decayed, his bones weakened, and his overall health deteriorated drastically due to radiation poisoning. His tragic tale underscores the importance of scientific literacy and serves as a stark reminder of the dangers of ignorance and misinformation. Our fifth story takes us to Brazil, where curiosity proved to be quite harmful. Roberto dos Santos Alves and Wagner Moura Pereira, two men driven by the allure of scrap metal, trespassed into an abandoned radiotherapy hospital. Little did they know, their decision would have grave consequences. Inside, they found a forgotten radiotherapy machine, its lead casing pried open, revealing a small, glowing capsule. This capsule contained cesium-137, a highly radioactive isotope. Unaware of the danger, they took the capsule, unknowingly exposing themselves and their community to high levels of radiation. What followed was a series of tragic events, as the radioactive material was passed around like a hot potato, causing severe radiation sickness, environmental contamination, and even a few fatalities. Their curiosity, instead of leading to a profitable scrap metal find, led them to a radioactive nightmare. A heist that turned into a radioactive nightmare. Coming in at number 4, we have a teenage tale of nuclear ambition. Meet David Hahn, also known as the Radioactive Boy Scout. This isn't your typical Boy Scout story about camping or earning merit badges. No, David's story is a bit more, let's say, explosive. Driven by a thirst for knowledge and a dose of youthful recklessness, David embarked on a mission to build a nuclear reactor. Yes, you heard that right. A nuclear reactor. In his mother's backyard. He extracted radioactive materials from everyday household items, from smoke detectors to lantern mantles, all in an attempt to fuel his homemade reactor. But as the saying goes, a little knowledge is a dangerous thing. David's experiment didn't lead to a groundbreaking scientific discovery, but rather to a hazardous radioactive mess. His shed became so contaminated that it had to be dismantled and buried in a desert by the Environmental Protection Agency. This is the story of a youthful ambition that was dangerously radioactive. Our third bizarre story revolves around a fungus thriving in the Chernobyl disaster site. In the heart of one of the most devastating nuclear disasters in history, you wouldn't expect to find life flourishing. Yet that is exactly what happened with the discovery of a unique fungus in Chernobyl. This isn't your average mushroom. This fungus feeds on radiation. Known as Cryptococcus neoformans, this radiation-loving fungus absorbs radioactive material and uses it for energy through a process called radiosynthesis, similar to how plants use sunlight for photosynthesis. Unbelievable, right? But it's true. The implications of this discovery are thrilling. It opens up possibilities for using this fungus in bioremediation, a method to clean up radioactive waste. It's also speculated that understanding this fungus could lead to advancements in creating radiation shields for astronauts. Life finds a way, even in the harshest of conditions. This Chernobyl fungus is a testament to that, turning a symbol of destruction into a beacon of scientific potential. At number 2, we have a lottery ticket that was far from lucky. Picture this. A man, brimming with excitement, clutches a lottery ticket in his hand, but instead of striking gold, he gets a surprise that sends shivers down his spine. His lottery ticket, the supposed key to wealth, is emitting a radioactive glow. Authorities were alerted and a full-scale investigation was launched. Was this a prank, or was it something more sinister? Experts were called in, Geiger counters in hand, to measure the levels of radioactivity. The results were startling. The lottery ticket was indeed radioactive, but not dangerously so. The source of the radiation was traced back to a rare mineral, a byproduct of uranium decay. It was a baffling discovery, an oddity that left everyone scratching their heads. From riches to radioactivity, this man's dream of striking it rich took an unexpected and eerie turn. His lottery ticket, instead of granting him a life of luxury, led him down a path of scientific intrigue and mystery. A game of chance that turned into a radioactive investigation. And finally, at number 1, we have the story of the most radioactive man on Earth. Hisashi Uchi, a Japanese technician, was exposed to a lethal dose of radiation during a nuclear accident in 1999. The radiation he was exposed to was estimated to be 8,000 times the lethal limit, leading to one of the most severe radiation sickness cases ever recorded. As he was rushed to the hospital, his body was breaking down at a cellular level, but the medical team fought relentlessly against the odds. Despite the severity of his condition, Uchi was kept alive for 83 agonizing days. Doctors used state-of-the-art medical treatments including multiple blood transfusions and skin transplants in their desperate bid to save his life. The story of Hisashi Uchi is a chilling reminder of the destructive power of radiation, yet it also highlights the extraordinary resilience of the human spirit and the tireless dedication of medical professionals. A human story of endurance and resilience in the face of radioactive horror. That concludes our journey through these bizarrely radioactive stories. We've traversed a peculiar landscape from the dangerous possessions of Madame Curie to the bizarre tale of a radioactive firefighter. We've delved into the disturbing history of harmful experiments on children and discovered a mysterious lake in Tunisia with its potential radioactivity. We've recounted the tragic story of Eben Byers and his fatal encounter with radioactive water, and the audacious theft at a radiotherapy hospital. We've met the Radioactive Boy Scout, explored the Chernobyl Fungus, and learned about the unlucky lottery of radioactivity. Finally, we've met the most radioactive man on Earth, and his unique existence. Each story has highlighted the strange and perilous nature of radioactivity, a force that, while offering incredible scientific possibilities, also holds immense destructive power. If you enjoyed this radioactive ride, don't forget to subscribe to Unbelievable Top 10 for more mind-boggling stories. Until next time, stay curious.